Welcome to your roadmap for mastering modern architecture strategy. I'm the Non-Techie Guide, and I'm going to show you how to finally solve the strategic balance. This isn't just theory. We're providing a practical toolkit for architects who want to lead. First, we will build your strategic thinking muscles across logical, critical, and creative thinking. Then, we'll move beyond aspiration and use the 4 C's framework to create feasible visions for the future. Finally, we must learn from reality with critical lessons learned and pitfalls from real-world cases. Don't leave your success to chance. Master the formula that balances long-term guidance with tactical problem-solving. Watch this entire course to ensure your strategy is wisely rooted in curiosity, innovation, and change leadership. Let's get started. Imagine building a business like you would a towering modern building city. This central illustration shows our enterprise architecture as the detailed business technology blueprint, split between a proactive foundation and reactive maintenance. First, look to the left graphic of builders smashing a concrete wall. This powerfully visualizes a one-way door, a high-stakes decision like cloud account design that causes massive rework if got wrong and where proactivity is essential. Contrast that with the simple two-way door of flexibility. Moving to the next graphic of the balancing scales, effective architecture weighs aspiration against daily constraints. On one side, architects define a target state vision and perform failure mode analysis. On the other, teams react to new requirements and incidents, illustrated as fighting immediate real estate hive architecture fires. Strategic thinking, seen in the light bulb and compass graphics, is vital to understand customer needs and innovate. Below the main building, the 4 C's framework cycle, curiosity, challenge, credibility, and communication, guarantees our strategies are robust and simple. Finally, the summary graphic warns us against pitfalls. Don't cause morale decline with vague messaging or solve the wrong problem with a simple lift and shift that increases costs. The last image shows that lagging behind on consumer demands, visualized as a distracted firefighting crew, can be avoided by balancing long-term strategy with essential tactical speed. On the left side of our scale, we have proactive architecture. This is your telescope into the future. It's all about aspiration, defining a clear target state vision and asking what could be. Proactive architects analyze potential failures and design resilient, self-healing systems before a problem ever starts. But let's look at the right side. Here sits reactive architecture. This is your firefighting mode. Sometimes an unexpected stimulus hits, like a sudden system incident or a brand new requirement. The alarms go off and architects jump right in to diagnose the root cause, recover operations, and support the engineering team in the heat of the moment. So why not just be proactive all the time? Time for a reality check. You simply can't predict every single curveball. Tight timelines force us to take risks, and even the best assumptions can fail under stress. That is why an effective strategy demands both. You need proactive anticipation mixed perfectly with reactive response. First, you must understand the right problem. Don't fall into the trap of an old system lift and shift, which offers minimal effect. Instead, we must refactor for real benefits by analyzing customer needs like agility, costs, and experiences, and connecting them directly to business outcomes like faster innovation, growth, and revenue. Your action plan is to focus on needs, not just technology, and connect to real business value. Next, we initiate innovation using the Thinking Toolkit. Effective strategies combine logical thinking for reasoning, critical thinking to question assumptions, and creative thinking for unique solutions. Take high cloud costs. We logically identify redundancies, critically assess availability needs, and creatively brainstorm spend efficiency strategies for optimization. always employ reasoning and critical analysis to solve problems. Finally, you must be a change agent. Change is hard, and people navigate the change curve from shock and fear toward acceptance and commitment. As a leader agent, you must guide people through this transition. This requires communicating with empathy and providing the training and empowerment needed for success in the new normal. Today, we're diving into the 4Cs framework for proactive strategy. If you want to stop just reacting and start shaping your future, this is your map. First, we begin with curiosity. Don't just solve problems, understand the right problem. Zoom out from daily firefighting and use your telescope to identify big picture patterns. Ask those crucial strategic questions. Where is the future growth? What takes the most time? And use deep listening. Comprehend, validate, and think critically about everything you hear. Next, we challenge. It's time to poke holes in your own ideas. Analyze research and industry trends. Don't be afraid to invite contrary views. Listen to the contrarian and the naysayer. Conduct a thorough risk assessment. Most importantly, ask yourself, why do I expect this to work? And what if I'm wrong? The third C is communication. You must distill complex ideas simply. Avoid a ball of tangled yarn and avoid jargon. Use powerful storytelling to create an emotional connection. Frame the issue as a journey. Move your stakeholders from conflict and unavailability to a happy, best path resolution. Finally, we establish credibility. You must make that aspirational vision feasible. Collaborate on small, reactive decisions. Don't just present a long-term roadmap. Achieve small, quick wins or milestones to build trust. Conduct a feasibility study. Do we have the skills? Is there a financial return? Is the operational model ready? Build credibility through progress. There you have it, a proactive strategy in 4 steps. Start with curiosity, challenge your ideas, communicate clearly, and build credibility. Today, we're breaking down the complex world of enterprise architecture, or EA, strategy, using key lessons from companies that have walked the path before. Effective EA isn't just about making choices, it's a delicate balancing act between proactive aspiration and reactive constraints. It means prioritizing those crucial one-way door decisions wisely. First, let's look at a critical failure point. Do not solve the wrong problem. Think of EA Example Co. They saw competitors moving to the cloud and decided they must do it too. Their cloud migration was simply a reactive copy-paste job, a lift and shift, where they moved their old systems exactly as is. Instead of the agile future they hoped for, this led to increased costs and massive feature delays. To avoid this, you must identify the true business driver. What real value are you delivering to the customer? Refactor your systems for speed and agility, and focus on real business value, not just technology for technology's sake. Next, never underestimate good communication. Consider a company well-positioned for AI, but which provided only vague messaging to its team. The developers only heard the message that AI would automate their work, causing morale to decrease as they feared AI would replace them. In reality, the company intended AI to reduce menial tasks to increase productivity, not to eliminate jobs. Clear, transparent communication that uses storytelling would have kept morale high and jobs secure. Remember, use clear, transparent storytelling. Align your messaging with your true intent and avoid vague statements that breed fear and confusion. Finally, we must remember that strategy and tactics are both needed. Look at the teams with only tactical load. They are focused entirely on short-term wins, optimized original offerings, and firefighting reactive situations. They fall into the trap of only tactics. As a result, they fail to create a cohesive end-user experience and fall behind competitors who anticipate market changes. Long-term strategic guidance and tactical problem-solving must be on the same scale, perfectly balanced. Success needs both. It is the ultimate balancing act, the aspirational, proactive strategy guiding the reactive, tactical constraints. Thanks for joining us. Apply these lessons to your own strategic architectural visions and lead your teams with wisdom rooted in curiosity, innovation, and change leadership. Welcome to your course summary for Modern Architecture Strategy. Our journey, guided by the Non-Techie Guide, was all about achieving the strategic balance. We learned that effective architects must master two key roles: being proactive by defining aspirational visions for the future, while also remaining reactive enough to handle real-world operational constraints and incidents. To succeed, you applied a comprehensive strategic toolkit. First, mastering the 3 principles of understanding the right problem, initiating innovation, and leading change. Second, you utilized the 4 C's framework: curiosity, challenge, credibility, and communication to establish powerful visions. Finally, we reviewed critical lessons learned and pitfalls, proving that true success requires combining long-term strategic guidance with tactical problem-solving. Remember, the goal of this course is to become a leader whose strategy is wisely rooted in curiosity, innovation, and change leadership. Thanks for learning with us.